friends, welcome back to the Salem, Ohio Public Library. Today's tech video, we are going to address the delivery service Instacart for an additional side job option. Last week, I went over a couple of different things that you can do online, and this week, I just want to show you how one of these delivery services work. So let's get down to it. As for Instacart, when you sign up, you have to use the app and you verify your identity. You do this by taking a picture of your face and you have to kind of submit some basic information to them, and they kind of run it through their little system and they get back to you fairly quickly. And I was actually able to get approved on the same day that I signed up for it. So it is a fast verification process. Then you look at a batch to see if you want to accept it. So when you're on the Instacart app, it will give you a total amount in which you can earn for that batch. It'll tell you how many items that batch will include and what store you need to get it from. And then it also includes the miles that it will take you to get from that store to the customer's doorstep. While shopping, you can scan the item using your phone, and it sort of takes it off of this checklist for you so that it helps keep it organized and you can make sure that you're getting everything that you need. A really nice feature of Instacart is that it actually takes you through what aisles this stuff might be in. So if you're at, let's say, Myers, and you are looking for butter, it'll tell you what aisle specifically to go into to find that butter. You use the Instacart provided debit card to pay and upload the receipt when you are all finished. It's a fairly easy process. I had little to no problem doing it. Once you get the hang of it after your first batch or two, it really is a very simple way of paying out and getting everything that you need through Instacart. And then after that, you just take it and deliver it to the address. You do have to follow the directions. Some people want to just have it left on their doorstep, while others want to get it handed to them face to face. Some of the pros for Instacart are you can work on your own schedule, so you work as little or as much as you would like. You can choose nights, weekends, daytime, morning shift. However, I will say that there are certain areas that want more in the day. Occasionally, you'll get some areas that do a little bit more evening and night shopping. And sometimes those ones consist of things like alcohol delivery, which is a little bit of a separate situation, but I'll go over that here in a minute. It's a pretty relaxed job with little to no issues. Honestly, I am a parent, and there were times where if I had a free day, and I know that I needed to do a little bit of grocery shopping myself, I would actually take my daughter and I would shop for what I needed separately, also while getting an Instacart for someone else. And so at that point, I was able to kind of do, it was two birds, one stone, and it was no problem. You get a minimum of at least $7 per trip, no matter how small the order is. So basically what this is if you see something, a batch that maybe requires just 4 items, it's a really quick and easy $7. It depends on how far that customer is, of course. You want to make sure you're paying attention to distances. But there was one time where I literally had to pick up one item from a store, and it was directly across the street from my house, and the house I was delivering it to was just right down the road. So I made a very easy $7, and it took me less than 10 minutes. They do slightly reimburse you for gas mileage. Now, this isn't much, but it's better than nothing. And a lot of the delivery services out there actually don't reimburse for this. It offers peak times to deliver with more money guaranteed. So, for instance, on weekends, sometimes I'll get a notification that says, hey, if you deliver between 2 and 5 today, then you can get paid $12 per batch minimum. So at that point, those are some really good deals if you're trying to make a quick dollar. And it's a quick payout, which means that after the first 5 batches you complete, you can cash out at any time. Some of the cons of Instacart are gas usage and wear and tear on your vehicle. As with any delivery service, you are going to have to put a lot in when it comes to your vehicle. I don't think that Instacart personally is as bad as some of the other options because you do spend a little more time in the store. And so you don't get to do as many deliveries as you would as saying maybe being an Uber driver or doing driving for Uber Eats or DoorDash. You must live in a busier area to find batches. Now, this is by far the biggest con that I personally have come across with Instacart. So, the area that I live in does work in partnership with some stores in my city. However, not all of them are big retail stores and the batches that come in are few and far between. So in order for me to really get a lot of options and to choose what's best for me, I actually have to drive to the next city over, which is about 15 minutes away. But once I do that and I go into just the parking lot of one of the major retail stores or grocery stores, I'm sorry, that ends up partnering with Instacart, as soon as I pull into that parking lot, I get notification after notification of all these different batches. So if you're not getting a lot of opportunity where you're at, make sure you sort of step outside the box and, try the next city over. Larger orders have a small base pay. So there was a time where I had to choose between an order that had just 10 items and an order that had 40 items. Well, when I looked at the two, I realized that there was only $1 difference between the tip with each. And so for me, it wasn't really worth my time to go for the larger order because it's not guaranteed that the customer is going to give you a cash tip as well. So I don't often take the bigger orders unless the customer puts on their order that they're going to go ahead and tip further once delivery is complete. The app can sometimes be tricky to navigate. There's a few times where when you are out of an item at the store and you need to contact the customer and ask them for a replacement, there's just a few features on the phone that make it just a little challenging to do that in an efficient way. When you replace an item, you're supposed to get an approval by a customer, or you can just delete it from the list entirely and let them know that the store was out of that. However, it's easier when the customer knows that you are currently working on their order and they can talk back and forth with you about any replacements. The downside is that sometimes you just don't have customers who are working with you at that time. So I hope that helped everybody today with a little bit of insight on Instacart. If this is something that you think is worthy for you, there are some things that you can do to help better navigate your experience. Like you can actually take these little extra certification classes, and they're only certificates inside the app. There's nothing crazy. But you can do delivery service for alcohol if you're over 21 and you go through the tutorial on how to properly do it. You can also work at peak times, which are maybe at night, so possibly getting drive-through food service and then delivering it to someone else. It just all kind of depends on what you have in your area. So I hope this was helpful for you today. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to the library. My name is Rhonda and I'm the tech assistant there, and I would be happy to go into this at any further detail with you or share this information through email if you would like to leave an email. All right, everybody, have a great day.